This is the story of one man's life. The life of George Bailey. From the time George was a young boy, he had big dreams.
I'm going out exploring someday. You watch. I've been nominated for membership in the National Geographic Society.
But dreams sometimes struggle with destiny and the needs of others.
Is this the ear you can't hear on? George Bailey, I'll love you till the day I die.
Oh, no! George! Help! Hold on, Harry!
Where's Mrs. Blaney's box of capsules? Didn't you hear what I said? What kind of tricks are you playing anyway? Why didn't you deliver them right away? Don't you know that boy's very sick?
Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing. You put something wrong in those capsules.
Nonetheless, as George got older, his dreams only got stronger.
Big, see? I don't want one for one night. I want something for 1,001 nights.
I suppose you've decided what you want to do when you get out of college. Oh, well, you know what I've always talked about. Build things, design new buildings, plan modern cities. All that stuff I was talking about. Still after that first million before you're 30, huh? No, I'll settle for half that in cash, Pop.
Mary, I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow and the next day and the next year and the year after that. I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet and I'm gonna see the world.
But life kept taking unexpected turns.
George, come on home, quick. Your father's had a stroke. Mary, I'm sorry, I've got to go.
Come on, George, let's hurry.
Did you get a doctor? Campbell's there now.
Just remember this, Mr. Potter. That this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Was it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and all.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. George, they voted Potter down. They want to keep it going. Hooray! Dr. Campbell. They've appointed George here as executive secretary to take his father's place. Oh, no, but Uncle Billy,
You can keep him on, that's all right. As secretary, you can hire anyone you like.
Now, Dr. Campbell, let's get this thing straight. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to school. This is my last chance. Uncle Billy here, he's your man.
But George, they'll vote with Potter otherwise. George got 4 years older, waiting for Harry to come back and take over the building alone.
There are plenty of jobs around for someone who likes to travel. Look at this. Here.
I don't want any plastics, and I don't want any ground floors, and I don't want to get married ever to anyone. Do you understand that? I want to do what I want to do.
Eventually, George found himself living a life he didn't expect, but it was still wonderful.
Remember the night we broke the windows in this old house? This is what I wished for.
You're Mary, you on the nest?
George Bailey Lasso Stork.
Lasso's a stork.
Although his dreams never faded, it was still in his nature to put others before himself.
Oh, you never miss a trick, do you, Potter? Well, you're gonna miss this one. If you close your doors before 6 p.m., you will never reopen. Tom, Randall, wait! Now wait! Now listen to me. I beg of you not to do this thing. If Potter gets a hold of this building and loan, there'll never be another decent house built in this town. He's already got charge of the bank, he's got the bus line, he got the department stores, and now he's after us.
All right now, Mrs. Thompson, how much do you want?
But it's your own money, George.
Don't mind about that. How much do you want now?
I can get along with 20, all right?
$20, fine.
And I'll sign the paper.
You don't have to sign anything. I know you pay it when you can. That's okay.
I own the house! Me, Giuseppe Martini, I own my own house! No more we live like a pigs in a potter's field.
Here.
No, George,
No,
don't.
here now. You're broke, aren't you?
I know, but...
Well, what do you want to do? Hawk your furs and that hat? You want to walk to New York? You know what they charge for meals and rent up there? Just the same as they do in Bedford Falls.
Yeah, sure.
No, now it's a loan. Now, that's my business, building and loan. Besides, you'll get a good job. Good luck to you.
I'm glad I know you, George Bailey.
I want my money.
All right, I understand. I'm gonna hear it. All right, now hold on now. Don't you know there's a war on?
Then one day, everything became unraveled.
I should have my head examined. $8,000. It's got to be somewhere.
And did you put the envelope in your pocket?
Yeah, no, maybe.
Maybe. I don't want any maybes. We've got to find that money.
No good to you,
Uncle Billy, look. Do you realize what's going to happen if we don't find it?
George, what's wrong?
Wrong. Everything's wrong. You call this a happy family? Why do we have to have all these kids? Hello, Mrs. Welch? Yes, this is George Bailey. I'm Zuzu's father. Say, what kind of a teacher are you anyway? What do you mean sending her home like that half naked? Do you realize she'll probably end up with pneumonia on account of you?
George!
I'm in trouble, Mr. Potter. Through some sort of an accident, my company shortened their accounts. The bank examiner got there today. I've got to raise $8,000 immediately.
Look at you. You used to be so cocky. You were gonna go out and conquer the world. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do for you, George. Since the state examiner is still here, as a stockholder of the building and loan, I'm going to swear out a warrant for your arrest.
I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way.
Why you drink so much, my friend? Please go home, Mr. Bailey. This is Christmas Eve.
Bailey? Which Bailey?
And this is Mr. George Bailey.
The next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get worse.
And the things that can drive a man to drastic measures are sometimes the very things that can summon the most incredible circumstances. George steps onto a narrow catwalk at the railing of the bridge. George stares down at the water in desperation. He leans over, glances furtively around him, punches himself, and prepares to jump. Suddenly, George sees a body hurtle past him from above and land into the water. Beginning Sunday, May 31st, 2020.
I told you, I'm your guardian angel. I know everything about you.
Until Sunday, December 27th, 2020.
Well, you look about the kind of angel I'd get. Sort of a fallen angel, aren't you?
Join me on YouTube every Sunday evening for a new episode each week, and come experience a unique audio recreation of this time-honored classic.
So you still think killing yourself would make everyone feel happier, eh?
Well, I don't know. I guess you're right. Suppose it's been better if I'd never been born at all.
What'd you say?
I said I wished I'd never been born.
All right.
You've got your wish. You've never been born. Tune in each week to hear what George Bailey will discover is the ultimate dream.
What'd you say?
You've never been born. You don't exist. And the ultimate adventure.
You must mean two other trees. You had me worried. One of the oldest trees in Pottersville. Pottersville? Why, you mean Bedford Falls. I mean Pottersville. Don't you think I know where I live? What's the matter with you?
Now that's another thing. Where do you come off calling me Nick?
Well, Nick, that's your name.
What's that gotta do with it? I don't know you from Adams off Ox.
Mr. Gower! Mr. Gower! What are you... Mr. Gower, this is George Bailey. Don't you know me?
No. Oh.
How the... Hey! What's going on around here? Why that... This ought to be Martini's place! What are you, a hypnotist?
No, of course not.
Well, then why am I seeing all these strange things here?
Don't you understand, George? It's because you were not born.
Well, if I wasn't born, who am I?
You're nobody. You have no identity.
Oh, what do you mean, no identity? My name's George Bailey.
There's no George Bailey.